Da-da-da-da-da-da.
All right.
Super wild card weekend.
All right. Getting started in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys podcast. I am your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
It's been a somber 24 hours, Chris. It's been very dramatic, very emotional 24 hours for myself and all Patriots fans across the world. We are going to open this pod with, let's make that clear. We're going to open this pod with Bill Belichick and not your men's
I
basketball.
mean, Dante Scott had 20 last night and hit 4 threes in the second half.
Did Jameer do anything? Or Julian? Not Jameer.
Jameer? Julian? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why did he play against some 5'5" or 6'5" guy?
Oh, it was Michigan.
Okay. All right.
They're legit.
All right.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I'm just gonna give you the floor.
All right.
I'm not gonna interrupt until you ask me.
So all the rumors, all the hoax, all that stuff, all throughout the year. I thought it was all bull, but it seems like the plan all along was to fire Bill Belichick at the end of the season. Robert Kraft is a bold man for doing this. I mean, one bad season, like relatively one bad season, and he's gone. I know we missed the playoffs last year. I know that's not what Robert likes, and we got blown out in the one playoff game we've made since post Brady. But we have a coach that has won 6 Super Bowls, that has established a culture, that has, done everything for this team. It's a tough task to fire the guy, completely fire. And they called it mutual parting. You could tell from the press conference that Bill Belichick was ready to stay in New England and ready to coach this next year's team. That just wasn't going to be the plan. So I don't know. Now it's Gerard Mayo. That was official today. I wanted it to be Vrabel. I desperately wanted it to be Vrabel. Get some fresh blood in there. Get something new. But it seems like we're going to be running a similar system that what we've had. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I know it's going to take a while. It's going to get a lot to get used to. But I don't know. I guess they'll figure it out. The issue is I've always had faith in Belichick. And I'm like, all right, no matter what, we'll have faith in Belichick. No matter what the roster looks like, I know this team's going to be competitive and try its best. But now without Belichick, it's a different. The Patriot way is over. It seems like they're just trying to rehash this Patriots way with a new, with some new face, new fresh blood. But I don't know if that stuff works. It seems like Gerard Mayo is a great guy. It seems like he's very charismatic. It seems like he knows what he's doing. He was a great linebacker for the Patriots. Well, just have to blind. I guess I got nothing else to ride with. I think this team needs something to get free agents, though. That is my big key. There's no draw. There was a draw with Tom Brady. Everyone wanted to play with Tom. And there was a draw with Belichick. Great defenders and hardworking offenders wanted to play with Bill Belichick. And now we've lost that. So it has led me to think that we should trade up and try to steal Caleb Williams from the Commanders. That's where this all is coming in. So this is where you can jump in. We're now fighting head for head for Caleb Williams, and I want nothing less.
Welcome to the club.
In
terms of having no draw, also, again, welcome.
Yeah. No,
welcome to being a normal person.
I was just gonna say, I've had one coach my whole life. I've never rooted for another football coach, and now we're in the cycle. We're right in the cycle of guys that need to prove it, guys that need to that they're gonna have a number of excuses for the first couple years, and we'll see how long Kraft takes with this guy. Because if he's going to fire Bill Belichick after 3 years of mediocrity, then this guy's got a short lease. At least I would think.
Question.
Okay.
You guys are hiring a GM, right?
Yes. We are looking to hire a GM, which I also don't like the GM not picking the coach, that seemed a little weird to you?
It's a little strange.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, so here's my take on it. I'm confused because I sent you that article earlier that was like in Mayo's contract, basically. Belichick's contract goes one more year, and then Mayo was like slated to take over.
mhm.
And if he wasn't named head coach, and they were just gonna have to eat a lot of money. First off, why is that in the contract ever for
Yeah,
an NFL? Like for a guy who wasn't leaving for another head coaching job, like he was your defensive coordinator, right?
yeah.
Like he's not taking a different defensive coordinator job, and he's not being looked at as a head coach yet. I don't know
They
why that was in the contract to begin with.
This has been in the works for like 2 or 3 years now since they hired him as a defensive
Right.
coordinator. It's been like, oh, this guy is going to take over after Belichick. And I guess, I mean, like, I just didn't think it would be this year.
Like what they did with Jimmy G and Brady.
Yeah, honestly, it's like they kind of groomed him. But if you're going to groom a guy to be just like Belichick, why fire 3 more good years of Belichick?
I can't wrap my head around it because the report came out that he was willing to give up front office
Yep.
control.
Yeah.
And that was the big thing where like I mean it was really just well, I guess it was the whole offense, it wasn't just quarterback. But he was not able to build that offense for a couple years, even the last Brady years, like they didn't really have any playmakers, and then you don't have Brady and you have Ham and Stidham and Dak and Zappy and he never found a post Brady solution. So I can understand like why he was upset with the way the roster construction was happening and wanted to make a move there. Because like you could argue that Belichick isn't this great like front office guy. Like he had Tom Brady and I guess they did get the best out of everybody that
Yeah,
they
I was
brought
gonna
on,
say
but
he gets the best out of the people that they brought on, but he doesn't get the best people to bring on.
right, yeah.
He can
And
get
then
the
when you don't have
undrafted
Brady,
corner.
like
He can get the undrafted corner and make him a stud, but he can't get the second round corner that is a stud.
right, yeah. Yeah, and there were some things that were like taking Cole Strange that early
Mm-hmm.
and using the first round on Mac, and I'm sure there's other ones that
Lamar Jackson
didn't
would be
go well.
on
So
this
that part,
team.
yeah, right. All that to say that I understand them deciding it's time to move on from Bill, the GM. But Bill, the coach, like, what are you getting from Mayo, especially if it would only be one more year
That you're
that
not
you're
getting from
not
Belichick.
getting from Belichick? And I guess maybe like
It's just to rush
you
the
think
process.
there's no way to actually take away front office responsibility and let him be the coach. Like, you can't just stick a new GM in there and be like, all right, this guy's in charge now. Bill, you're still the coach. Like, I don't know how that would work on just a personal level. Like, would he be able to accept that? And maybe the answer is no.
And maybe that's why it was
Um,
mutual, right? Like
yeah,
maybe they're like, "Hey, Bill, we're gonna bring a GM in
probably.
here," and
But
he's
I
probably
think
like,
that even he was like, I will give up GM duties. Like, I just want to coach. And they were like, that's not going to work. Which it might not have at all.
"No, yeah, it might have not worked."
Um,
It
but the just automatic promotion of Mayo is weird.
it's I I don't understand why like Vrabel was out there campaigning to be the Patriots head coach. He was going to games and sitting with Robert Kraft like he was a political like he was
Yeah.
a political candidate. And he was standing in front of the Gillette Stadium saying we need to win a game. He literally basically got himself off the Titans. And you don't even interview the guy because of this Gerard Mayo guy. And I get if they had to do interviews, it would have had to been a lengthy process. They would have done a bunch of interviews, and there's something with this avoided like the Rooney Rule, where they have to interview a couple
You
minority
need
guys.
to follow the Rooney Rule when you just hire a minority coach. Like,
No,
like
so
that satisfies it.
that's what I was thinking. Like, right? If you're already hiring a minority coach, what's the difference? But
But it's an interview. You have to interview at least two.
yeah,
Or...
at least two. And I don't know, man. I think they need Like I would hate if it's like we bring back Josh McDaniels. We do everything that we were gonna do with Belichick, only now with Mayo. It would just be like, great, we have a watered down version of the Patriots.
Yeah.
That's why we need
Yeah,
Caleb
you can't
Williams.
like you can't just bring back all these guys and like try to run it back. Like it's got to be
It's got to be
like once you
fresh.
decide, once you move on from Belichick, you're right. Like it's not just the Patriot way anymore. Like
No,
that
it's
era
done. It's done. It's
is
over.
over.
There's no
Right.
Brady.
You
There's no
got to
Belichick.
commit.
The Patriot way is done.
Yeah. Right.
It needs to
Yep.
be. It needed to be a fresh slate, and I guess technically this is a fresh slate. There's been a couple Pats players that are showing their support, which I'm guessing it's because they're under contract. But
Well, like they probably like him,
no, there's a lot of guys that like him. Yes, and that is true. There's a lot of guys that like
but
him. There's a
like
lot of
a lot
Pats.
of the commanders like Ron Rivera.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like just because
exactly.
you like a coach doesn't mean anything.
I know. I'm aware. So it's I mean, we're just going to see. We're just going to see the product on the field. We're going to see how these guys line up.
Yep.
I'm not going to put a flag. Like I will put my flag in. I think they should have hired Vrabel because of I wanted just Vrabel was never a Pats coach too, so like it would have actually been something different.
Yeah.
Um,
He's an old Patriot, but like he does things his way.
yeah, yeah, and I think maybe that's what that Kraft would have been maybe worried about that. Maybe he doesn't want a coach that has experience and has any say. Really, he might just want a guy that.
Yeah. I mean, he might not want to go. He might have had to give Variable a lot of GM control, which maybe he
Yeah,
didn't
and we've
want to do
already
again,
seen.
having just dealt with that situation, and maybe it caused a lot of tension behind. This is all speculation, of course. Maybe it caused a lot of tension behind the scenes when, on the front office, there were people that he wanted making decisions that were being overruled by the coach, and he doesn't want that situation again. So I don't know. Like I understand the concerns, but for dummies like us, and like Robert Kraft is a fan. He doesn't know anything about football, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean he's had a Hall of Fame. He's had the past three coaches he's had are first ballot Hall of Fame. Bill Parcells, Pete Carroll, who
yeah.
he fired, and then Bill Belichick.
Hmm.
So
That's
I
that's insane.
I don't know what I don't know what this looks like, but you're and with the GM point, we've already seen Vrabel have beef with this GM in Tennessee. So
But that was when they brought in a GM after he was there for a couple years.
yeah, and he had a bunch of beef with him, and I think that's part of the why
Yeah.
he left Tennessee is because he was unhappy with the front office. So maybe it was one of those situations where he's like, all right, let's get this guy who
Yeah, but then if you're
doesn't
gonna
know
hire
any
a
better.
GM anyway, then why don't you just like hire them at the same time, like what the Bears did with Poles and Eberflus, what the Commanders are about to do, and that
I don't know.
doesn't like no one say that Matt Eberflus is a great coach or anything.
No,
like
yeah,
that.
that doesn't guarantee to work
Like,
either.
I feel like
But
that's the way to do it.
it just makes a little more common sense. That's all. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
I don't know.
different though,
It's
and I'm excited for different.
it better work.
Yeah, better work, and it's gonna might be a long time for Pats fans, but could also turn our way. Who knows? That is just the way the
And maybe
NFL
that's the other
works.
thing is that Kraft wanted to go into a full rebuild, and Belichick was like, "No, we're gonna keep trying to compete every year. Like I'm
But yeah,
72,
he wants a winning record. He wants the wins
15
record.
wins away."
Yeah. If he goes to the Chargers, he gets those 15 wins this season.
I don't know about that.
All right, well, that's all speculation. So there's no
15's a
point in
lot.
Yeah, let's see where he goes first. But hey, no, including playoffs though, that's not that much.
Including playoffs. I mean, that's still like
Got to
you
win
have to go to the
11
Super Bowl,
regular season.
basically.
Yeah, basically 11 wins and a Super Bowl. All right, but anyways, we'll see where he goes. I hope it would be blasphemy if it's like the Falcons or something the same, like the Eagles.
Atlanta would be
Kansas City.
tough.
I don't know why he wouldn't. Why would he
Eagles
go
be even
somewhere?
worse.
Why would he go somewhere without a
Dallas.
quarterback though? I wouldn't care about Dallas. We didn't play Dallas in a Super Bowl.
I would care about Dallas. I would not be happy about that.
Yeah, because they'd be actually pretty damn good. Imagine him with Michael Parsons. Oh. Anyways,
Yeah, no thanks.
He needs to go somewhere with a quarterback though. There's no point for a 71-year-old to go where there's no quarterback.
Yeah, he will. If he well, like maybe he just retires. What if he doesn't want to?
It seems like he wanted to coach. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
but
all
maybe he
speculation
just
at this
wanted to
point.
coach.
I'd be all for it. If he retires, I'd be all for it. But I don't. I'm also rooting for him to break the record. Like that's this is
Yeah,
like I'll
yeah,
be rooting for him no matter where he goes. So I guess we'll have to see.
yeah.
But my stance for now is we need Caleb Williams. We need that draw, man. We need something to put on the like. What are the Pats gonna put on their posters?
Yeah, it's gonna be like the Moneyball season when they're putting up posters of like the old free agents that they signed.
Yeah, exactly.
And they
It's gonna
tear
be.
down all the guys that left.
It's just gonna be a bunch of Brady posters and
I don't
like
know.
Super Bowl trophies.
Judon.
Yeah, I mean Judon's the high key guy right now. The best player on the team by far. There's a bunch of key free agents, and like, I don't know who's gonna. I have no idea. I don't know who's gonna want to come. I don't know who's
Get
gonna
T
want to
Higgins
stay.
or someone.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But I hope we can get some draw in, get some posters up there, because we were talking about last season Thursday Night Football. The graphic is Bill Belichick against T.J. Watt. So
T.J. Watt versus Bill Belichick.
now we don't even have Bill Belichick. So
That was hilarious.
yeah, it's gonna be dark, especially if we don't get a franchise quarterback. But it seems like we will. So we'll see.
So have you done the thing where you go back and you watch like highlights from all the Super Bowls and like all the greatest moments of the dynasty?
No, I did not. I did not. I watched like the highlight reels that they had of Bill Belichick, and it goes through all the Super Bowls and everything. But
Yeah, because at some point you'll sit back and you'll just appreciate
yeah,
like what the run was.
yeah, yeah, and that's where I'm at. I
Honestly,
think,
that's hard to
and
do now.
this
When
already
you're like,
happened
what the
with,
hell? Like, why is he gone?
and this already happened with Brady. So like, I feel like
Yeah,
it's kind of a redundant. Like it's the same highlights and stuff, but it just
yeah,
it's gonna be weird to see him on a different sideline.
yeah. It will be really weird.
All right, let's.
Shame that the best GM on the market is now has a job.
Yeah, well, I mean, who is that guy? The former Niners GM?
Adam Peters. He's
Yeah.
the Niners assistant GM. He was also a scout for the Broncos and the Patriots. He has 3 Super Bowls.
Nice, good job, Commanders.
Yeah, and he's cool.
He looks cool.
Looks like a chiller.
I was just gonna say he looks.
Or
like
whatever that's worth.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to some real on the field football that's going on. We have plenty of NFL games to talk about. Super wild card weekend. I say this every year. Is it just going to be super from now on, forever and ever?
I think it's just super. Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know why they have to use the word super twice with the Super Bowl and the Super Wildcard weekend. Like,
Well, it was
NFL
super
world.
because it had the extra game
Magnificent.
2 years ago, but now it's not an extra
Yeah, but
game.
now it's not an extra game. It's just the game.
I-
Also, the extra games always suck.
yeah, they're always terrible.
Like, do we really need the Steelers in the playoffs?
No, it's been like
The
that
Packers
ever.
will be interesting,
You know,
but still, like, do
you know,
they really
this-
deserve it?
this conversation we've had every single year because the Steelers, I'm pretty sure, have been the 7th seed every single year. Besides the Pats that were the 7th seed that one year and they got torched by Buffalo.
Yeah, that's right.
But anywho, let's get into it. Wise picks, best bets. We're gonna be talking about it right now. Game to game. First game of the day tomorrow is Cleveland at Houston. You know we love Joe. And
I feel like I love Joe too much, and it almost makes me want to go with Houston.
way too much. It's emotional hedge to bet against Joe.
Additional edge.
Um,
How is he over under only 44?
yeah, that's fishy. I like that a lot.
It's the Browns have good defense, but
Yeah, but
Joe's
with
gonna sling it.
with
Yeah.
with what's his name? It was over 44 easily. With Davis Mills and
Yeah,
Case
and Keenum. Was it Keenum that week? I think
it was mainly Davis. I believe.
The Browns almost every Flacco game has gone over that total, except for the Bears game. So for whatever that's worth. was
like
against
that.
the Texans, and it
I like that
totaled
total.
58.
I like that total a
So,
lot.
should I bring back the Flacco and Stroud interceptions parlayed?
Oh yeah.
I know what Stroud's interceptions numbers look
Yeah,
like.
I like that. No, I like that. It's first playoff game.
He
Great
hasn't thrown a
defense.
pick since the Cardinals.
He's due.
It's 5 games. Still.
He's due. What is that parlay together?
Might be. He doesn't throw picks, dude. He only has 5 interceptions.
All right, parlay
That
together.
makes me nervous.
Oh, these guys. For some reason on FanDuel you can't parlay the. That's weird. Maybe it's got to be over interceptions or whatever. Anyways, I do like that. I think C.J. Stroud will throw an interception because good defense, rookie quarterback, first playoff game.
Yeah.
A bit of nerves. I'm all for it. I'm gonna write that down.
Get that at what? Why can't I parlay these?
Yeah, I know, right?
I did this before. Why did they eliminate that?
I don't know. Maybe because it was too good of a bet.
Well, Joe Flacco over half an interception at minus 175. No, you're not getting good odds on that. But
FanDuel, it's minus 144.
That's feels like free.
It does feel like free money. All right.
Like,
do we like Cleveland?
That's my pick of the game.
We like Cleveland -2.
Suppose. I don't know. It feels too easy.
It does. I do like. I'm gonna.
Like, I could see the Browns like just being the Browns getting too much hype, and like we're a part of it, the Flacco narrative. And I could see them losing this game. Like, I wouldn't be shocked.
I'd be
They're the better
shocked.
team.
I'd be pretty shocked.
You'd be shocked?
I'd be shocked if they lost. Dude, this, like, the fact that Joe has been in the playoffs and almost none of these guys have is really, and that could be completely irrational. I could be completely wrong on it. It could completely backfire.
No, I don't think it is.
But the veteran presence, he said to his teammates, these next 5 weeks we have something special to do.
I did see that.
Like that those are the quotes I want to see. Like, this guy is ride or die for this Super Bowl, and I can't. I
would hope so.
I can't wait to see it. Yeah, I mean, it's his last shot ever to win a playoff game, probably.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm going to take the over and call it.
All right,
My official
down
pick is going to be the Browns. You want to just pick these games like straight up too on the side?
Yeah. I'm not going against the Browns.
Just to see.
Yeah.
Make another table.
All right. Now we have I don't want to look at Sixers. NFL. All right. The Snowball, Miami Dolphins, Kansas City Chiefs. This is the same line as the other game. And this is going to be in negative 44 degrees or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. Under feels too free.
It's like the opposite of the last game. It's like, why is this line so low? Must be the over. And then this one's like, why is it so high? Might be the over still. I don't know what to do with this line.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting playoff football. Can we disclaimer? Playoff football is hard to bet on. I feel like my mind always gets wrapped up.
It's too
pretzel here.
Too long of looking at the games. Too much focus on these games. I feel like that's why.
And there's too much money on half the amount of games. Like, this is where, like, it's Vegas's playoffs too.
Yeah,
and they're like Tom
true.
Brady in the playoffs.
That's true. I don't like Chiefs -4.5, but I also don't like the Dolphins. I don't like this line.
I'm convincing myself on the Dolphins because I feel like no one's giving them a shot.
No, they're
like at Arrowhead, it's freezing. They can't play in the cold. Like, Tua's stats in the cold are terrible. They play every game at home in 80 degrees, and now they have to go to Arrowhead for like the third coldest game in NFL history. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it matters that much.
Their injury report is so trash, though. Xavier Howard
have
out.
Like no D line, right?
And like no defense.
I didn't know he was out.
Xavier
I know Van Ginkel
out.
and
they're on IR. They're done. Jerome Baker, they're done. Deshaun Elliott, questionable. Javon Holland. So both their safeties are questionable. Their starting running back is questionable. Jalen Waddle's questionable. But he participated.
He'll play.
Yeah, Mostert and
He'll be
Waddle
out
will play. Ramsey will play, it looks like. Armstead will play. So they're getting some linemen back on the offensive line, but their D line is pretty trash. I don't know, man. I think
I just don't like the Chiefs. And I know that I just ranked Mahomes number 1 still, and I stand by that. But like they haven't looked good once this year.
No, they haven't. Did they play the Dolphins?
Yeah, they did in Germany.
Oh yeah. And they won. Yeah, by
13 or something.
Yeah, and I think that's the type of game it's gonna be, a sloppy Tua game, and like the defense is gonna have to win it for the Chiefs. You know, the defense is gonna have to steal the ball. And remember they had that fumble from Tyreek that they got for a touchdown. That was like one of their only. I mean, I guess they had 3 touchdowns, but their like best play of the season or best play of the game.
I'm really like, I don't know if I'm overthinking this or not.
I think. So what would be the over?
Like Miami.
Yeah, is the overthink Miami plus 4.5, or is the overthink Kansas City minus 4.5? Like, I don't know, because you can overthink and think that the Chiefs are so much healthier and so much like they have Mahomes, they're playing at home, and
I'm taking the Dolphins points. I'm gonna do that.
All right, I think you're wild for that.
You think I'm wild for that?
Yeah, man. The cold scares me. Cold definitely scares me with Tua. I feel like he's like
that's
the
thing.
man.
Like,
he's got no heart.
People will not shut up about the cold. Like, once they get out there, I don't know how much it's actually going to matter. They know it's going to be cold.
Okay, but we do this with the
and
Buffalo.
Like, it's also cold for the Chiefs.
But then we do this for the Buffalo game a couple years ago. Remember, Mike McDaniel had the "I wish it was colder" shirt. They bought into all that cold shit and like tried to face against it, and they got whooped in the snow. Or they lost in the snow. They didn't get whooped. Yeah, it was in Buffalo.
I think Buffalo's a lot better than this Chiefs team.
Okay, I'm gonna write down under 44.5.
Those Bills versus these Chiefs. See, I think I'm worried that these are all square picks. It's like, oh, Flacco and the Browns, the over, and then Dolphins can't play in the cold. We're taking the Chiefs and we're taking the under. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
I get it.
I'm selling myself on the Dolphins, and I could be dead wrong about this.
All right. Well, I wrote you down for 44.5.
What I keep thinking about is Tyreek Hill going back to Kansas City in the playoffs. That's what I keep. Like, he doesn't give a shit about the cold.
That's true.
He's played in the cold before. He's won AFC championships.
All right. You're making sense.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right. I like the thinking. I'm worried about their defense, but I'm also not worried about the Chiefs' offense. So I think you have a good.
That's right. It feels like it doesn't matter with the Chiefs.
All right.
I don't know, because it could be completely different for them in the playoffs. I put him at number 1, so I'm literally just going against what I said on Tuesday. Like, until he can't do it, I'm not going to bet against him, and I'm going to bet against him this week.
Steelers plus 5.5 at Buffalo. Apparently this game's also going to be freezing.
Yeah, the lake.
9.5 is a lot of points.
There's something with the lake. It's so many. They don't have Watt. I don't think this defense is very good without TJ Watt.
No, I think they win by 10. I think the Bills win by 10. This Steelers team's trash.
Total of 33 is nuts.
That makes sense because of the cold.
Isn't that gross?
Mm-hmm. For a playoff game between. Just imagine the Steelers like
warns of heavy snow in Buffalo.
So grind them out game. Buffalo's been able to run the ball a little bit better the past couple weeks. I mean, better than they have kind of this whole Josh Allen era. So that can't be too much of an excuse.
This is the best running attack that they've had.
Steelers rely on heavy on Warren and Najee Harris. Looks like it's gonna be Mason Rudolph. They shadow benched Kenny Pickett. He's definitely healthy. They shadow benched him. And
I kind of like under 33.
I don't mind under 33 either. I like
I could
Buffalo
feel. I could see it being like 17-6.
I am gonna do this for the Buffalo fans out there. I think I hate them. I'm gonna lock in the Buffalo.
Oh, there's so much money on the under.
Gotta go over now. It's gonna be like 34.
I can't go. I'm not
It's
taking.
gonna be like 34. All right, you like the Bills -9.5?
I don't know. It's a lot of points in a playoff game. I know the Steelers aren't good, but like
We started out the
I think the Bills have
topic
had
by
one
saying
convincing win.
that but we started out the podcast saying the Steelers should not be in the playoffs.
I know that the Steelers don't even deserve to be in it. No, you're right.
All right, Packers +7 at Dallas, over under 50.5. Yeesh. It's funny compared to so all these NFC teams are basically in domes or Tampa Bay, and all the AFC teams are in the snow.
It's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the Texans.
What do we like here?
I love the points.
You love the Packers
7.
points.
I think this is gonna be a nail biter. I think Dallas wins, but I think they sweat.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, I don't mind it. I don't hate it. What scares me is the Packers defense. Jair Alexander playing?
I know.
He playing?
Let's see.
All right, him and Watson have been questionable on the final injury report.
Questionable.
Yeah.
He'll play.
Yeah, he'll play.
It's the playoffs.
He rolled his ankle in the jog through. Come on, a jog through. It's not even a walk through, a jog through.
If it's that bad, just shoot it up and he'll be fine.
Yeah, they're game time decisions. I think they'll play. They need him out there though. Their secondary's garbage, and these Cowboys, they got a lot of weapons, so they need someone to cover for them. I like how it's nice that the sorry, it's nice that the Packers have they figured out Aaron Jones last week. That should be able to help them against the Cowboys this week. Tony Pollard has still been a non-factor for the Dallas Cowboys. I think that will play a big role in this because I don't think Dallas can run really. So I like the shootout, as you were saying, a nail biter. We like the 50.5, or is that a little too much?
That's too much. Too much. The other thing about this game is that there's infinitely more pressure on Dallas than there is on Green.
Oh yeah.
Packers just got into the playoffs. It's basically a rebuilding year. Jordan Love's first.
There's
playoff
no
game
pressure. There's no pressure on
versus the Cowboys lose this game, McCarthy might be out.
Oh yeah. This is a Belichick game.
That's the reality of it. It's just like Belichick.
This is a Belichick game. I think the Cowboys would be. I mean, if they do lose this game, it would be smart to fire McCarthy and try to go after Belichick or someone else.
Yeah, I think so.
If McCarthy loses to his old team, that's a fireable offense.
Yeah.
How many watermelons get brought out
at home?
Game? Bash.
I'd say it's only a one watermelon game.
All right. One watermelon for each round of the yeah. One for each.
Increasing them,
yeah. One for each round. I like that. Okay. I like the plan. I'll back you on the Packers +7.
All right, I'm gonna make that an official pick.
All right, got it. Let's go with Rams +3 at Detroit. The Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff
51 is too
duo
many.
revenge game. 51 is too many.
That's the thing. Like,
that's a lame. Yeah, come on. But you can't bet under in this game. This game should be fireworks. You know, this game should be magnificent. Should be an offensive showdown.
I feel like we don't get offensive showdowns in the playoffs. Though.
Yeah, because the defense win championships, and it's always grit and
That
grind.
often, yeah.
Um, but I don't like
And
either of
that's
these
what makes the
defenses.
Lions a tough bet.
I don't like either of these defenses though. So
Like the Rams a lot better than the Lions. I know that. I would be shaking in my boots. Lions fan.
I would be too. I'd be scared. I'd be scared if I
It's
was
just
any of
not
these
good.
teams to play the
It's
Rams.
just really bad.
Yeah, I don't want any of these teams. Like I would be scared if I was the Cowboys. I'd be shaking in my boots.
Yeah.
We were talking about the playoff pedigree with Flacco. I got to bring it up with Stafford. We've seen him do it with the Rams 2 years ago, win the Super Bowl. I was the biggest hater this year on Stafford. We had a lively debate at the beginning of the season, and he stayed healthy.
Pillow in his pads.
Yep, yeah, pillow in his pads. He stayed healthy. He is the team is firing on all cylinders on the offensive side of the ball. Their special teams is their worst. Their kryptonite. Their special teams is terrible, and almost lost them the Giants game. Lost them the Rams game. I don't know what Detroit's special team is like. I'm not a. They haven't won or lost them games, so I'm not a special teams expert. But
If you don't notice it, then it's probably decent.
yeah, then it's probably
I guess.
fine. So maybe that plays a factor, but I don't know what to do with this. +3 is a line.
Yeah, I think
Such
they're
a
in.
brutal line. Didn't even give me the half point. Had to be 3. Had to be 3 dead. I think this is a field goal game though. So like I feel like this is a push no matter where you go.
What do you mean no matter? Like the Rams would by a field goal then.
Say again?
Over.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. I'm gonna go with the Rams. +3. Take the points. Take the
I like the
veteran
under in
team.
this game.
Take the better coach. That's what I'm doing. All right, I'm putting your name next to the under. I'm not making the pick. Last game. It's funny. This is so much quicker when you don't have 80 garbage games to run through.
Oh, I know. And we can actually spend a lot of time on all the games.
I know.
And they're all like we actually want to talk about them.
Yeah, we can.
Except for this one.
We can go
really
back
about
if we
this
wanted
one.
to.
Such
Eagles.
a bummer to end the weekend on this.
Yeah. Luckily, it's a Monday night game. The Eagles are favored. -3. Is that a mistake?
The Bucs are not good. The Bucs are not a good football team. But I still I don't think the Eagles are winning.
The 43.5 is the over-under. I feel like that could go under very easily. It'd be like a 17
Really?
10 game.
The Eagles defense is so bad. I feel like the Bucs might score 40 on them.
That's true.
Seriously.
What's AJ Brown looking like?
I don't know. What's Hurts looking like?
Great. It's great.
Hurts limited. Brown misses practice. He didn't practice today.
Bucs by a million. Baker has Zins in on practice.
You're taking the Bucs?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
No, that was real dip. I think.
Oh, you think so? I think that was some real dip. Baker
Apparently
seems like a real dip.
The imprint was too out there. It had to be a metal can.
I was gonna say that had to have been a metal can. Yeah, that had to have been a metal can, not a plastic can. No, if that's real dip, line should have been Bucs -3.
Remember when there's a picture of Saban in his car with like the packets of Red Man sitting in like the little compartment.
I wish we could do alt lines for our wise pick. Because Bucs literally +3, 4.5. I love Bucs +4.5.
Why?
Because I think there's a chance that they win, but I could see like the Eagles winning off a field goal or like +3.5. I want to get that half point out of here.
I mean, you're only gonna push.
Yeah, but in wise picks, that's not how it works. Push is basically a loss.
You do need to sweep this week.
Yeah, to win, I need to hit all of these. Now that you said that the Eagles, yeah, I mean, I kind of do like over 43. The Eagles get right, they can score. And if they want to win the playoff game, they have to get right. And the Bucks might just be able to score anyways. So, man. All right. I'm going to write down my name next to the over. Then we'll run it through it again and look at all the picks and see what our official
Yep.
picks are. All right. Run it back. We had. All right, I gotta go back to NFL because I accidentally clicked on the game. All right. I had your name. Actually, we didn't pick the straight games. We can do that now too. Browns over 44.5. I had my name next to. I also like their 2.5. Which, are you taking anything from this game?
No, I'm passing on this game.
Okay. I like Cleveland minus 2.5. I'm gonna make that my last pick. Over.
I have them on at 2 on DraftKings. I can write that down.
I'll take the 2. I will take the 2.
We line chop.
Huh?
No shame.
Yeah.
Said we line chop.
Yeah. We got to get the best value. All right. Things that we did like though. We talked about the over. I like the 2.5. And
Interceptions.
Flacco. 1 each.
Minus 175.
Next game. Dolphins. Chris liked Dolphins plus 4.5.
Riding with them.
Chris
5 on DraftKings.
Chris is taking it.
And I'm taking them straight up too.
All right.
Riding with them.
Put your money where your Tua is. Let's go.
If this backfires, I'm out on the Dolphins for good. This is like my Chargers pick from last year.
Love it. Even though did we go all season without betting the Chargers? We got to check the.
No, you.
Oh,
Bet the Chargers like 3 times.
Yeah, I bet the Chargers.
I think it lost 3 times.
Probably did.
You can actually go back and see.
I'm gonna throw out.
Control F.
I'm gonna throw out under 44.
Only twice.
Chris didn't back me on it. He thinks it's too square, but I'm not gonna have it a pick, but I'm gonna throw it out there for the fans.
What are you taking?
Nothing
Chiefs
in this
or Dolphins?
game.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
Oh, straight up?
But just who's your pick?
Yeah, I'll go different. I'll go Chiefs. They take it an Arrowhead.
Both your Chargers picks this year lost.
Classic. Steelers at Buffalo. I'm taking Buffalo straight up with the 9.5.
Yeah.
I gotta look, Buffalo fans. If this backfires, you get nothing after this. You get nothing.
I have 9 on DraftKings. I'll give you that.
Perfect. Love it.
I don't think that would matter, but I never know. I like the Bills 17-6. For prediction.
So you like the under? Throw it out there for the people.
Gross. Yeah. I don't know how you could possibly bet the over in this game, even with the total that low. This is going to be the game where it's I got some stuff to do on Sunday. I can afford to miss one of the football games.
Oh, that's why it's the 1 p.m. slate.
Yeah.
You gotta do some laundry or clean your room. Get out of the way then.
Yeah, right.
All right. Packers, Cowboys. Chris is taking Packers plus 7.5. Is that one of your picks? Or plus 7. Sorry.
That is a pick, yeah.
All right.
There's no half?
There's no half.
Damn it. I'm taking the points. I'm going to take the Cowboys to win now.
Okay.
Close game. I think Dallas escapes.
All right. In this game, I took nothing. I don't mind the 50 over. I know you don't like it, but I don't mind.
Too many.
Rams plus 3. I'm gonna throw that out there for the fans, but I'm not taking it. And you like you like the under? I wrote that down.
Yeah, that's official.
That's an official.
1.5.
Pick. All right.
That's an official. Lock that in. That's my pick of the week, I think. Sunday night under. Any Sunday night game that has a total over 50 is an automatic.
Now that you say, yeah, now it's Sunday Night Football too. Yeah, I am taking. I need one more pick.
You have the Browns and the Bills.
One more.
That's
All
what
right. My last wise pick is going to be for the next game. The over 40 or 43 and a half over.
You're not taking the Rams.
I'm not taking the Rams. I'm going to take them straight up in our head-to-head, though.
I'll take the Lions then, just for the sake of being different.
Oh, for the last game, you took the Cowboys. I'm also going to take the Cowboys. We've both taking the Bills.
Yeah.
All right, this last game.
I can't decide. Now I'm going back on the Eagles.
Dude, they're the toughest team in this whole playoffs because they have the potential, they have the roster to win the Super Bowl. We saw it or not win it, but be in the Super Bowl. We saw it last year, and their coordinators are trash, and it seems like they're just not ready for games. Kind of like a Shane Beamer team sometimes. They don't seem ready. They don't seem prepared.
Yeah, but the Bucks just aren't good at all.
They've had their moments though this season. Baker is what's the wait, what's the public money? Is Baker being doubted? Because that's important.
59-41.
Oh, that's not bad.
I don't think that's enough of a difference.
By the way, since we're talking about the Eagles, shout out Michael Cuozo, my roommate, commented Vrabel would be so good it hurts. He
So
also said when I asked my roommates
like an Eagles pun.
Yeah, it was an Eagles pun.
Okay.
I asked my roommates like, hey, what's one thing I shouldn't miss on the pod? I asked Mike. He goes, the NFL playoffs. Thanks, Mike. I'll make sure I won't miss it.
I think we can probably squeeze that in.
Yeah, I think we'll have a segment for
it. In between hockey talk and women's basketball. We can mention the NFL playoffs.
Some croquet. After our croquet discussion, we can throw some NFL playoffs.
Analysis of the cricket offseason.
All right. Final recap. Oh, wait. Straight in this game. Screw it. Give me the Bucks.
All right, I'm taking the Eagles then.
All right, cool. So
I don't know what I want.
To recap, our wise picks are in order, I guess. Cleveland -2 for Brady. Chris taking +4.5 for Miami. I'm taking -9 for Buffalo. +5.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, cool. +5 for Miami. Sorry. I'm taking -9 for Buffalo. Chris is taking +7 for the Packers, and I am taking the over in the Tampa Bay Eagles game. And straight up, what do we got?
We're both on the Browns, we're both on the Bills, we're both on the Cowboys, and Dolphins, Chiefs. I have the Dolphins, you have the Chiefs. Rams, Lions, I have the Lions, you have the Rams. Eagles, Bucks, I have the Eagles, you have the Bucks.
Nice. So we're 3.
A lot of coin flip games.
Yeah.
In my brain, at least. I think Browns Texans is the coin flip.
If it wasn't, it's a weighted coin. The Joe Flacco weighted coin. It's like Harvey Dent flipping that thing.
Make my own luck.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco on both sides.
I need to see him go into Baltimore and beat them. I need it like crack cooking.
We just have to manifest that. I gotta stop stop trying to be all smart with this. Like, just give me that.
That's all I want.
Browns are winning. Browns are gonna win this game.
Let's go. All right.
Although, if the Dolphins win, then they don't.
Yes, but but you know what's even better than storming into the divisional round and beating them is storming into the AFC Championship.
The AFC Championship. Yeah. Oh.
For a trip to the Super Bowl on the line. I know we've run through this before.
They have to win in Houston, in Buffalo, and in Baltimore. 38-year-old Joe Flacco. They haven't played a good defense yet.
Hey, and in that scenario, they still don't play a good defense. They don't. The Texans are not a good defense.
I mean, Buffalo's competent.
Buffalo has so many damn injuries though that they're
Everyone's got injuries. It's January.
I know, but January
The injury
Joe's out
stuff doesn't I don't care about the injury stuff. I don't care if the Dolphins are back though.
All I know is that January starts with a J. Joe starts with a J. Win it all. All right, let's. It'd be even hilarious.
Gordon starts with a J.
Would it be even funnier if they beat Baltimore in the AFC Championship game and then get like trounced by San Francisco in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that would be funny.
Like the Baltimore fans just like are sitting there like in just disbelief about how terrible he's playing. That would make my day.
That would suck for the Niners too if they had to face him in the Super Bowl again.
Again?
That was that one Super Bowl that
Yeah.
they lost.
Mm-hmm. All right.
They've had some brutal Super Bowls. Like they've barely lost last 10 years. That Ravens one, they lost at like the very end.
Yep. Yeah, and then
They had the ball, and then the Chiefs won. They blew the 10-point lead.
And the last year they could have beaten the Eagles. Didn't have a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows if they beat the Chiefs in that game? But anyways, let's go to College Corner. We start off the pod a little bit with it. So save your grace. Maryland basketball is back. Hang the banner.
We won a game. We won. We scored 43 points in the second half. That's your banner.
That
down 33-21 at halftime. Twitter was like, if you could sum it up in one statement, it was like, we have 5 more years of Kevin Willard. This is a disaster. Like, program's over. We're toast. That was the attitude going into halftime of this game. And then second half starts, and all of a sudden, Dante Scott looks like freaking Kevin Durant. He's hitting every shot, like he's banging in threes. And this is the guy who he gets booed at home games.
Yeah, when
that's
he
how
shoots.
much everybody
That's
hates him.
Yeah.
And like you were saying that the guys look scared to shoot,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yeah, it's because he'll get booed. Yeah, he's like the guy that gets booed. But he was awesome. It was the best I've seen him play in probably 2 years. So it was very exciting to watch. I really just think that they need to play with confidence. And they'll be okay. Like, I don't think they're going to win anything. I don't think they're going to even go to the tournament. But, just as stepping stones to next year, when hopefully you have a better roster, you just need to play with confidence. And, I know that they're bad at shooting. Just let it fly. Take the ball to the rim with aggressiveness. That's all I want to see, I don't want to see... I'm tired of watching them pass the ball around up top for 20 seconds and then settle for a contested jumper. I want to see aggression towards the basket, and I want to see everybody except for Jordan Geronimo shooting threes when they're wide open.
I'm gonna give my take from what I saw at the game, what I'm looking at this box score right here. Get Jamie Kaiser in the game.
Oh, he played a lot.
He played 31. I see.
Normally doesn't.
But he was
he was good.
He got 2 3-pointers in the game that I went to when you ended the game with I think 4 3-pointers. He shoots with confidence. He seems like he has confidence out there.
He does. He does.
And you just kind of need one of those guys. You get one guy that has some confidence, get him a couple big shots, and then the rest of the team gets confidence. So,
yep.
Is Geronimo, is he any good?
No.
Okay.
He was brought in to be like a glue guy, kind of just like a hustle rebounder, plays good defense, but he's a waste of space. Hate to say it, but it sucks. Okay. Kaiser can play for him, which is good. They play similar positions. So when they desperately need defense out there, they can play Geronimo. But when they can afford to give up defense for shooting, then Kaiser should always be out there, which is most of the. Shooting is the number one need. But yeah, I like Kaiser a lot. Harris Smith, he passed up a wide open 3 with 2 seconds on the shot clock and passed the ball. That made me really sad that he's that scared to shoot. I was like, at least step inside the line and
Pretend to
mentally
shoot.
you're not shooting the 3-pointer. Be like, all right, I'll just take a 2 then, because that's what I would do in rec basketball. I'd be like, I know I can't shoot threes. I'll take 2 steps in and I'll shoot a jump shot, and I have way more confidence doing that. So like, I get it, not having confidence shooting threes. I don't trying to compare my rec career to D1 basketball, but I do like it makes sense. It's like you're behind the line. You're like, I haven't made one of these in the last 10 games. Like, I'm not gonna make one now. I'm not even gonna shoot. That's my advice. Take some mid range, and then
take a
and eventually we can work our way back. But yeah, I'm back in for now. They play at Illinois next, who's the best team in the conference right now outside of Purdue. We'll see how that goes. Illinois' best player is like being tried for rape right now, I think.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Brandon Miller situation.
A little.
Not to say no, but like the fact that is he gonna play? Like the fact like is he gonna play?
I think he is playing right now.
That's what I meant by.
Yeah, judge holds off on ruling. U of I issues response to motion for temporary something. Files for temporary restraining order.
I think if you're under,
maybe he is.
Like, oh, okay. I was gonna say, I think if you're under investigation for something, you should just not. I know maybe that's crazy to say, but I just don't think you should be able to play until the investigation's done, whether you're guilty or not.
Yeah. No, he hasn't played since December 22nd.
All right, good.
But yeah, he's suspended. He's also like their best player. Hate for something like that, but from purely the guys on the floor, it's a more winnable game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, of course. All right.
That almost got dicey.
No, it did not. South Carolina, since we last talked, they played. Well, I guess since the last pod, it was right after they played Alabama tight for a half. Completely.
I saw that.
They completely pooped the bed.
Wheels came off.
Yeah, the wheels came off. But this is what I have to say to that. I would rather them lose by 30 or whatever, 26. Lost by 26.
Lost by
20. What is it? 27. 27. But I'd rather them lose by 27 than lose by like 2. That's crazy to say.
What? No, you would not.
Yes, I would.
Yes.
No, because all right, listen.
Why?
Because they didn't have it the second half. I know they didn't have it, but I know we can play better than that. If we lost by 2 and like last year where we gave our heart and soul into the game and we lost by 2 and we just couldn't stop anyone, that is different to me than getting blown out. And like I know this team can play better. If they lost by 2, you
don't want to know that they're not as good as you think they are.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah, I would I would rather them, because this is a game you just put your head down.
Say it was an off night and move on.
Yes, exactly. You say it's an off night, you move on. You throw out the tape, man. You throw out the tape, and I would rather throw out the tape than have to analyze this game for the next 3 months, waiting for the SEC tournament, and then we end up having the same result. See, now if this is the SEC tournament and this is the result, I will not be happy. I would much rather lose by 2 in the SEC tournament.
Of course.
But this is, this is the first time. This is the second SEC play. They just came off an emotional win on Saturday at home. Not emotional, but like I mean, I guess a little bit. Like they haven't been good in the SEC, so they regroup.
Mississippi State just beat Tennessee.
Yeah. So like that, that's what I'm saying. Like we can compete with Alabama. They had the night. They won the night. Fine with me.
It's very hard to win road games in college basketball.
Yes.
Regardless of who you're playing. Like Purdue's lost twice already on the road. They got like whomped by Nebraska. They beat them by 18.
You see
that's Nebraska.
You see their quote from the coach though. It was pretty like eye-opening quote.
That every loss they have in the last 3 years.
It's been a corn. Yeah.
Yeah, it is
It's pretty awesome.
How many tournament wins they have over that stretch?
Yeah, like 4.
I think it's 2.
Oh.
2 or 3.
Brutal.
Yeah. They
But
were all 2 years ago.
Mizzou coming up,
It's funny.
big game at Mizzou, another away game. See how we can do on the road. This should be a winnable game, very winnable game. Next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Gamecocks play Georgia at home. I might be in line by 6 o'clock.
Is that the quarter zip game?
It is the quarter zip game. They're handing out free quarter zip T-shirts at the game, but I could give a shit about the free T-shirt. I just need the spots.
Yeah.
Last time they gave out
You're
stuff.
worried about your spot getting taken?
Yeah, I'm worried about my spot getting taken. I worry about it every game, even when I don't need to. I worry about it every single game. I don't know. That's my week, you know. I plan my week around this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you understand. So we have Georgia at home this Tuesday. Next Tuesday we have Kentucky at home. Then we have Mizzou at home again. What's the other big game at home? LSU comes later in February at home, and then Florida. Oh, and then Tennessee. It's gonna be popping in Colonial Life Arena. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna be absolutely insane. Yeah, I love this team. I think that nothing's changed.
I love seeing the picture of you with your hands.
Oh yeah. 1 year ago today. That was
yeah.
I think it was
that's an all-timer. That's even better than the one
Oh, I think it is
the
too.
official Gamecocks one.
Yeah, I think it is too.
What was it? It was
just
Big
Game Boomer.
Guy about. Oh, it was Big Game Boomer.
Big Game Boomer posted online. He's like, "Look at the student section, a bunch of garbage." I was like, "What the hell? It's me." I don't remember what game it was.
In all fairness, he was probably showing who wasn't there.
Yes, no, that's what he was
if
doing.
anything,
yes.
It makes you look better for being one of the people to be there.
Yeah. I think that's what he was getting at.
But yeah, it's an all-time picture that I might have to throw into the Instagram post.
Let's do it. Let's do it so the fans know what we're talking about.
And remember that.
Yeah, that is an all-time post.
You were on the ticket. I don't think we talked about that.
Yes. I mean, this is
big deal.
This is this is news. I guess I should have brought. I didn't think how many Twitter likes it would have gotten me. I've been on the ticket. I've been on the ticket all year. Every single game.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, every game. That's the picture. Every student that comes in sees me yelling. There's like when I go downtown, like the basketball managers always stop me. I don't know. I'm starting to make some headway. That's all I'm saying.
Funny.
All right. Anything else we didn't cover?
Saban.
Okay. Yeah. While we're doing College Corner, this is not going to be a shock to anyone who follows sports, but if you didn't know, Nick Saban has retired from Alabama. The new head coach of Alabama is the Washington coach, Kalen DeBoer. And
that sucks for
Washington.
Just losing a national title and now you lose your coach. That's brutal.
Yeah, that is brutal. It makes sense for Washington though.
Did you see he was
they're not going to make that magic again, right? Or not for Washington itself.
Why not?
The coach, Kalen Boyer. They're not doing that.
And and he probably figures how many times is the Alabama job going to open up?
It's got to. This is the toughest job in sports, right? You're following Nick Saban. What's tougher? Is it who's got the harder job this year then? Kalen Boyer or
Mayo?
Mayo?
I think Bama's tougher just because it's more culty down there, and I don't know.
No,
you're just gonna get there's no rebuilding.
No, you got to.
You will be expected to win a national championship from day one.
Yeah, and especially he just coached a national championship. That's gonna be big too. I would definitely go with Boyer because when New England sucks, everyone just goes to the Celtics or the Red Sox. Nobody cares about the Pats. But when Alabama sucks, there's no escaping it. Nobody cares. Their basketball team's great. And
they will root for basketball and baseball, but
it's not like they're
not even close in comparison.
No,
there's plenty of people in Boston that care more about the Celtics or the Red Sox.
Oh yeah, Yeah, for sure. Especially now that Belichick's gone too. It's probably already to test
Yeah.
excitement.
Well, and
for-
with how good the Celtics and the Bruins have been,
Mhm. Yeah.
you're right. Like, it's not the end of the world to have a bad team.
You know what's I
Damn,
found
that is. Like, if they go 6-6, they might just fire him on the spot. Even like 8-4. Saban never lost more than 3 games.
Yeah, that's insane.
He only lost 3 games once.
You know, the
You know what the
Gamecocks.
most insane stat is that everybody who played 4 years at Alabama won a national championship. No
That-
player went 4 years without
That's
winning
nuts. That's insane. You know, for his 17 years, 23 years in the SEC, he never played South Carolina. Not once.
I don't think that's true.
No, it's true. Nick Saban never played. Maybe in LSU, but in Alabama, he never played.
There's no way that they went 17 years without playing.
It's because they were in the 2 different divisions and they never lined up. They're playing next year.
Yeah, but they rotate.
I'm telling you right now, they haven't played. Because there's a stat.
They went 2-1 against South Carolina. SEC football by the numbers.
I saw a thing that it was like all the SEC games, or all of his like teams versus SEC, and I did not see South Carolina on.
There's no way. South Carolina beat them in 2010. Saban, I remember a lot about 2010 loss to South Carolina.
All right, cool. I guess I was dead wrong. Yeah, they played in 2009 and 19 too. All right, I guess I was dead wrong. It just hasn't been. I mean, I looked everywhere to try to see what the things were. Weird.
I mean, only 3 times in 17 years is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's
I don't
because
know
they
how
never.
the rotation works.
It's because they never played in the SEC championship too. So it's just like, Gamecocks.
That's true. Yeah. Isn't he like 11-1 in SEC championships?
Yes, he's won. Yeah, he's 11-1.
That's insane. Like, that might be crazier than the freaking national championship.
It might be. I wonder what his loss was.
He was 120-18 in the SEC.
That's insane.
Overall record 201-29. That's a winning percentage of 88%. Like, I don't think we'll ever see this again.
No way.
That level of dominance.
Who did they lose to in the SEC championship? I'm trying to look.
Yeah.
Maybe was it LSU?
They beat Tebow once.
The LSU in 2019?
No, they beat. Oh, was it? No, they beat Georgia because they're in the same division.
Yeah, they did. I don't know. That's weird. I just tried to look it up too.
It's got to be Florida.
That would make sense.
Or did Georgia beat them once?
I don't know. I tried to look up Nick Saban lost an SEC championship. Trying to hide it.
They are trying to hide. All right. Well, I'll find this eventually.
All right, we'll bring.
Yes, it was Florida in 2008. So it was Tebow.
Oh, okay, cool, nice.
If you just think
that's
about like
impressive.
all the greatness that, like how great you have to beat him, his only SEC championship loss was against
this
one of the greatest
yeah.
teams ever,
Mhm.
one of the greatest players ever. They lost to the Sean Watson Clemson team.
Twice, right?
They lost to
Or did they lose to Trevor
that
Lawrence?
Georgia team. No, I think they beat Lawrence. Or no, they did lose to Lawrence. Yeah, because that was Tua versus Lawrence. They lost twice to Clemson, once to Lawrence, once to Watson. They lost to that Georgia team who was stacked. What else did he lose to? I don't know. Great teams.
Yeah, you had to be the best to beat Saban, and did you see he might be the replacement for that old guy on College Game Day?
Oh, Lee Corso. Yeah,
Yeah.
he needs to go.
That would be incredible. He would be that would be must watch
Mhm.
TV every Saturday morning. See Saban.
Yeah, that would be.
Uh,
I actually like Saban.
I like Saban
Have you
too. I
seen?
think if you don't like Saban, I kind of like you're kind of a loser. I know Alabama. You gotta love the coach, man. I
Mhm.
don't know. I feel like you gotta love Saban. He just him and Belichick. It's crazy that they were back to back days because it's just personified.
It is insane.
Football greatness personified.
Podcast. I need a podcast.
Them
Somebody
together.
said that they should do a podcast, but they should review movies. Just no football at all.
That would be awesome.
And then somebody else I saw tweeted that he should go full Jim Calhoun and just retire from D1 and go coach D3.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
Just
Belichick
create, like,
takes
this
some D3.
juggernaut
Yeah,
there.
yeah, some
Yeah,
D3
right.
school. That's funny. Only players to entire. Ah, that's funny. Only players in their entire careers to play with both Nick Saban and Belichick. Hightower, Christian Baltimore, Anthony Jennings. These guys are trash. But the other one is Mac Jones. Successfully brought Nick Saban his last national championship and successfully fired Bill Belichick from the Patriots. It's a double-edged sword, Mac Jones. Double-edged sword. All right. I think we got anything else? I mean, that's kind of a washed Saban segment, but I think it's okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think that does it. Shorter episode this time, only an hour and 15. Last week was a marathon.
Yeah. Compared to
Tuesday.
the last one.
Tuesday was a marathon. All right. Thank you all for listening. We'll see everyone on next Tuesday. We'll be breaking down all the NFL games, of course. And we'll throw in some NBA. We have some time now. Now that I realize we got only an hour and 11. We'll throw in some NBA. We'll get talking. Thank you all for listening. See everyone next Tuesday.